Streaming.
Welcome to St. Bernadette College of Alabang's virtual Parents Orientation School Year 2020-2021. Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. The philosophy, vision, and mission of St. Bernadette College of Alabang. Our philosophy. St. Bernadette College of Alabang believes that education is a preparation for life. It provides rich experiences that will develop knowledge, skills, and values necessary for becoming morally upright and empowered Filipino citizen. Our vision. St. Bernadette College of Alabang is an educational institution that transforms the society by forming globally competitive individuals inspired by the motto, Humble Thy Spirit. Our mission. We are committed to the integral formation of our students in achieving their full potentials as empowered members of the society. And now, let me turn you over to the moderator of this orientation program, Mr. Leonardo Lim.
Good day, everyone. We welcome you all to the virtual parent orientation of the Basic Education Department of St. Bernadette College of Alabang. I am Leonardo Lim, Senior High School Coordinator and your moderator for this program. Taon-taon sa bawat pagbubukas po ng klase, kami po dito sa St. Bernadette College of Alabang ay nagbibigay daan sa oryentasyon para sa inyo, mga magulang, upang may bahagi na rin ang mga impormasyong patungkol sa paaralan at mga patakaran na may kinalaman sa pag-aaral ng inyong mga anak. Gaya na nga po ng aming nailahad sa ating Learning Continuity Plan, learning shall continue in St. Bernadette College of Alabang. We are one with the Department of Education in being resilient at isulong ang edukalidad sa kabila ng pandemyang ito. To do this effectively, we will have to share with you, our dear parents, all these things that will matter in our partnership in educating your children. Joining us today are three of the prime movers of the institution. We have the Vice President for Academic Affairs of St. Bernadette College of Alabang, Mrs. Maria Flor de Lisa Rabonsa de Guzman. Our Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Annabel S. Pelayo. And the Principal of the Basic Education Department, Mrs. Maria Ramona Cosay Gonzalez. To our beloved parents, kindly send your questions to the panel over the live chat box of your YouTube channel. After this orientation, we will try to answer all of your inquiries. To begin, we would like to ask our Vice President for Academic Affairs for a short welcome to all of our viewing parents and guardians. Mrs. de Guzman.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lim. Good day. Good day, parents and guardians. Kamusta po? Welcome to our virtual parents orientation. This school year is a special year for all of us, for it differs from the 37 years of existence of St. Bernadette College of Alabang. In a little while, we will learn more about H learning. What is H? H is for hybrid, harmonized, humanized education. We will be informed through this media the expected activities and assessments that our children will be facing. Also, for this new normal education, policies are established to make our school year a smooth-flowing one. Due to the online learning delivery mode, the institution subscribed to vSmart School. where you will be learning how to navigate, my dear parents and guardians, later. St. Bernadette College of Alabang does not only support the academics or intellectual development of your child, but also his or her holistic well-being. Our principal, our guidance counselor will tell you more about this. St. Bernadette College of Alabang is here to serve the stakeholders, your families, the community. We will see to it that our service and our partnership will work and be strengthened this school year 2020-2021. Thank, thank you very much for your trust, St. Bernadette. Thank you for your trust to St. Bernadette College of Alabang Education. Once again, my dear parents and guardians, welcome to H Learning.
Thank you, Mrs. De Guzman. I am very sure all our parent attendees today look forward to this challenging yet exciting year in school. Makakaasa po kayo sa patuloy ng pangangalaga ng St. Bernadette College of Alabang sa edukasyon ng inyong mga anak. Hayaan niyo rin pong ipakilala ko sa inyo ang mangangalaga ng Basic Education Department sa school year na ito. Ang aming punong guro, Mrs. Maria Ramona Cosay Gonzalez.
Salamat, Mr. Lim. Good afternoon, parents and guardians. About a week from today, we shall be opening the most nerve-wracking yet eventful and exciting year yet. Here's the reality. COVID-19 is still spreading, and its end, or the vaccine for that matter, the much-awaited vaccine, is still not yet seen. Instead, what we can see is that many of our students are eager to go back to school. They're with their laptops, excited about technology, some with unstable internet, and some hurdle with limited knowledge on online learning. Some are even worried if a cell phone would be enough to study online. On the other hand po, we also see that teachers are busy preparing and perhaps coping with what should be done to teach and carry out distance learning. You know, parents, this time it's not just about being able to teach them, but it's also about being able to help our students find meaning out of a lesson from a textbook or a learning module, and let them engage or interact over Zoom or video conferencing. Clearly, these things, and there are many things for that matter, will never be the same again. And as for us teachers, it is like opening a new door to our profession. This year, the Basic Education Department will use H-Learning as our alternative learning modality. We customized hybrid learning, wherein online distance learning is harmonized with integrated programs that will develop collaborative and social skills of your children. Also, we have integrated mentoring and guidance sessions in the classes, more outcomes-based assessments for subject areas, and the continuity of our spiritual and creative formation activities such as virtual First Friday masses, recollections, and even once a month interest clubs. H-Learning also ensures that all subjects humanize our students with a conscious direction to becoming skilled communicators, values-oriented citizens, servant leaders, and lifelong learners, while definitely not forgetting or not setting aside the core values of the school, respect, responsibility, service to humanity, and love for God. You parents, guardians, and our team of educators shall face this together as both home and school education providers. Let's work hand in hand to leave an impression of trust to one another as one community. Our first step po is trust. Of course, it will not be perfect along the way, but what is important is that in the best interest of our children, we need to embrace this opportunity as we await for much better days.
Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez, so that you parents could get to have a glimpse of the men and women that will facilitate learning for your children. Let us watch this video.
Everybody, I'm teacher Josie Palacios Montilla, an early childhood teacher. I was born to teach and I love the children. And I believe learning should be fun at preschool. Thank you and God bless us. Have a nice day.
Good afternoon, Bernadette. I'm Mrs. Delora M. Raimundo. Just call me Teacher Baby. I'm the assistant teacher of preschool and also teaching CLE, grade 3 and grade 4. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Mr. Lawrence Chapanan and a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education from Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa. This year, I am the Grade 1 Lab Advisor and I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day everyone, I am Miss Achi Abao and a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from St. Bernadette College of Alabang. This school year, I will be the advisor of Grade 2 Courage. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day. I am Princess Arme Escabal, a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English from Bulacan State University. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 3 Faith. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day. I am Joanna Aubrey G. Verona, a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics, from the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 4, and I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day, Bernadicians. I'm Cassandra Morales, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from St. Bernadette College of Alabang. And this year, I am the advisor of Grade 5 Loyalty. I welcome you all in St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Hello, Bernadicians. My name is Mrs. Nenita A. Baloyo, and grades 4, 5, 6, and 7 science teacher. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education with area of concentration in General Science from the University of Negros Occidental, Recoletos, Bacolod City. Grade 6 Empathy. I will be looking forward in seeing you in our online class.
Good day! I am Hazel Romero, a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English from Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 7 Valor. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
I'm Sir John Lee, your Araling Palipunan teacher. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies from Rizal Technological University. Grade 8 Righteousness Advisor, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our online class.
Good day. I am Mr. Salvador S. M. Neal, a graduate of Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Mathematics from St. Louis de Marillac College, Sorsogon. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 9 Prudence. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day. I am Mr. Alfredo Esconio II, and a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English from St. Bernadette College of Alabang. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 10 Diligence. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day! I am Benedict P. Minor, a graduate of the Philippine Normal University, the National Center for Teacher Education. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 11 ABM. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Good day! I am Alfredo Modesto and a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Filipino from Bernardo College. This year, I am the advisor of Grade 12 GAS. I welcome you all to St. Bernadette College of Alabang.
Hello, Bernadicians. I am Mr. Rodelio Clemente, a computer science graduate from San Pedro College of Business Administration. This school year, I will be handling the ICT, TLE, and HELE classes. I am looking forward seeing you soon.
Hello, Bernadicians. My name is Marifel Boscano, graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in MAPE from University of Bohol. And this year, I am still your physical education teacher from grade 6 to 12. I look forward to seeing you in our online class.
In the past couple of months, our basic education teachers have undergone trainings for the new normal of education that the school will adopt this school year. Let us ask our guidance counselor, Mrs. Palayo, what's going to be the new normal of St. Bernadette education of St. Bernadette? I'm sure you have been asked of these questions many times now.
Yes, Mr. Green, tama ka dyan. Parte na ng challenge ng pandemyang ito ang hindi malinaw na impresyon sa edukasyon. Siyempre, we still want our kids to study and learn, but we prioritize their health and safety. Gaya nga ng nabanggit kanina ni Mrs. Gonzalez, ang ating school ay nagdesisyon na gamitin ang H-learning. Dito, kailangan nating unawain ang mga ilang bagay para maisagawa ito. Now, let me share some definition of terms that we will encounter in the new normal of education. First, what is synchronous class? Synchronous class requires the presence of the teacher in the delivery of instruction, whether online or face-to-face. It happens at real time. It is a positive, more engaging, and effective. It allows an instant feedback and clarification. And learning happens collaboratively through live discussion. Example, video conferencing, live chat, live streaming, and others. Next, let's go on with asynchronous class. Does not occur at the same time. Learners study their lesson and work on activities prepared by the teacher on their own pace and place. The school allotted specific times for this, so as to train them on time management. Yet communication is not live, possibly more convenient and flexible. It allows students to work at their own pace, and learning is self-paced and regulated. Some of the examples of it are recorded video, blogs, posts, comments, Google Classroom, emails, and many more. Next, let's go with learning modules. Learning modules are lesson or course materials prepared by the teacher intended to be accomplished by the learner on a certain period of time. Teachers may insert lecture description, Word files, web links, discussion topics, quizzes, and some formative and summative assessments. They may be given online or offline. Formative assessment. It is a classification of formal or informal exercises or quizzes that teachers may give to check up at the same time to improve learners' understanding and skills. They are gotten not graded nor subject for computation of grades and would normally cover about 5 to 10 items. Let's go with summative assessment. It is usually given at the end of lesson or unit, which is given by the teacher to determine the performance of the learner for the purpose of grading or computation of grades. And lastly, the learning outputs. It refers to the product of learning, or in other words, the demonstration that learning has occurred. They may be in form of any student accomplished worksheet, performance task, or learning module.
If I may add, Mrs. Pelayo, we made sure, if you heard Ma'am Pelayo earlier, parents, we made sure that we had the balance of the use of textbooks as well as the teacher-made modules. We would just like to emphasize that the ones that we have as physical books are the only ones for the major subjects. Also, ibig sabihin din po ng ating summation of what H-learning will be, definitely we assure you that face-to-face physical classes will not happen throughout the year. We drew out an online distance class schedule for parents, bearing in mind a couple of things. So when we made the schedule, we wanted to assure these things. One, lesser time online means healthier for learners because there will be lesser screen time. Two, lesser time online means a better chance to cope with internet connectivity problems. We truly understand that there are still issues about how long and how steadfast internet connection will be while your children study. In the screen, you will be able to see our sample schedule. Do note, parents, that this schedule this year will follow the MWF and TTH settings, wherein MWF are allotted for synchronous video conferencing or classes, while the TTH are for self-paced asynchronous remote learning of your children. Ibig sabihin po, mga magulang, tuwing Martes at Huwebes po, textbook activities, teacher-made modules, and worksheets po ang gagawin ng inyong mga anak na bibigyan po ng karampatang instruction ng kanilang mga guro.
Ano po ba ang magiging papel ng guidance office sa new normal na ito?
Kagaya nga ng lagi kong sinasabi, ang St. Bernadette College of Alabang Office, Guidance Office, ay lagi nakaagapay at sumusuporta sa mga estudyante, magulang, and even sa mga teachers. But because of this pandemic, guidance services has a little changes, but the service continues. And one of the highlighted services that Guidance Office offers in support to students, teachers, and even parents, socio-emotional development is the mentoring program. But this time, it will be done through online system. For better understanding what mentoring is, let us revisit the main goals and purpose of mentoring. Mentoring program is a one-on-one chat with trust and confidence. We have our mission to guide the children holistically and to reach his or her full potential. We do also have the vision to create a happy child. What are the mentor's commitment? First, to help mentees to develop in their personality, to acquire virtues like order, patience, honesty, sincerity, chastity, fortitude, responsibility, concern for others, and most especially love for God. Mentoring is done at least once a week. Mentoring done at least once a quarter with confidentiality, compassion, competence, love for mentees and students. With regards to consultation with a guidance counselor, if it is needed, if there is a student with psychological problems, family problems, relationship, anger, enemies, bullies and victims of bullies, and also teacher problems and a lot more.
Yeah. Mrs. Pelayo, if I may just add, aside from mentoring, which will be which will take care of the psychosocial support for our students, we also adopted the use of consultation hours. The consultation hours will be seen in your children's class schedule. That will serve as a bridge for the students or the parents to reach out to their teachers in order to clarify lessons, instructions, any queries that can help the parents supervise the learning of their kids at home. Am I correct, Ma'am Gonzalez?
You're very much correct, Mrs. De Guzman. You know, parents, every day po, from Mondays through Fridays, shortly after dismissal, you may use the window time for consultation hours with your child's teacher advisor. We're very pleased that on each learning calls for consultation time integrated in the schedule of your children. Now, how do you do this? You will be able to do consultation via emails. You may use your active email that you registered your child with during your enrollment or via text messaging or calls. Bear in mind po, parents, that a 5-minute consultation time may be done per student at a time. So this is to make sure that we'll be able to cover or entertain a lot to our students. Should there be topics or concerns that need to be discussed thoroughly that you think can take up more than 5 minutes, please arrange an appointment with your child's advisor during consultation time. Speaking of consultation time, parents, we do have a communication channel, and we have prepared such ways that you could be able to reach out to the teachers of your children, and the same way that for our students to be able to reach to their teachers. We know that communication will be a big factor in this new mode of learning. That is why we have come up with these channels. Now, rest assured that we will have all these links and all these reminders of how you'll be able to reach to them posted on V Smart School Bulletin, via B Smart School and LMS, or on St. Bernadette College of Alabang's official FB page for your reference.
Ma'am, paano nga po pala ang grading at assessment ng mga bata this year? Paano po ito isasagawa ng school natin?
That's a very good question, Sir Lim. Definitely, we will abide by whatever measures or directives the Department of Education shall provide on how our learners should be graded and assessed in this extraordinary situation. Now, as we await for any adjustments of the DepEd with regards to grading, we shall use, in the meantime, the same grading system that we use each year for K-12 curriculum, wherein, as you can see po in the slide, and I'm sure a lot of you parents are familiar with them, that all of our students are graded with the following. From learners from grade 1 to 12, we have 3 components of their grades, each subject. The written works, which may include post-assessments or post-quizzes, essays, seat works, written reports, etc. We also have the performance tasks. These are the ones that you normally hear from your children that they call PT. These include accomplished learning modules, demonstrated skills like oral tests, multimedia presentation, research, projects, etc. And finally, we also have our prelim and periodical tests classified as quarterly assessments each quarter. Remember, parents, that these three components are given specific percentage weights that vary according to the nature of the subject or learning area. So notice that for grades 1 to 10, there will be a varied weight of the grades from English, AP, and Filipino, as well as values. And for technical subjects like science and math, the weight changes. As well as with MAPE, the component subjects like MAPE or our performance-based ones, subjects like MAPE and TLE or HELE. The same applies with that of grade 11, but note that the weight again varies because of their core subjects and the academic tracks, referring also to the type of subjects covered in their strand. We also would like to emphasize, parents, that as always, this system is anchored on the classroom assessment of the K-12 basic education program set by DepEd Order number 8 series of 2015. This is, of course, in support of making sure that our students, our learners are measured, their abilities and skills are measured for their holistic development to becoming effective, lifelong learners with 21st century skills. Now, parents, do remember that even on alternative learning delivery mode, the school shall also go on with our quarterly and year-end awarding system, as prescribed in our official awarding and assessment policy. So this is wherein we get to categorize our, in the year-end, computation of grades, our with honors, with high honors, and with highest honors awardees. Kindly refer to the digital students handbook that we shall release soon.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Gonzalez. Note, parents, that the grading will rely heavily on the performance, the learning outputs based on the rubrics and guidelines set by the teachers. Of course, aligned with the most essential learning competencies we call MELCs. We also encourage you to refrain from doing or accomplishing the learning modules or performance task for your children. You know, my dear parents, at the end of the day, ang importante po ay ano bang natutunan at gaano kadami, gaano kalaki ang natutunan ng ating mga anak sa pamamagitan ng paggawa ng kanilang outputs during synchronous and asynchronous classes.
I couldn't agree more, Mrs. De Guzman. So I would like to challenge the parents and the guardians, let your children own their learning. We would like to see them becoming independent learners. And that's what we want. 21st century learners are globally competitive individuals. Come to think of it, parents, only this year we would like to announce, Ma'am Richie, Sir Lim, and Miss Beng, we'd like to announce to everybody that homeworks will not be given. Nga naman po, nasa home na ang bata, may homework pa. Instead, expect po that the teachers, instead of giving homeworks, they will be giving target follow-up lessons, and they will be reminded of these target follow-up lessons the following day when the students attend to their asynchronous self-learning classes. So gaya nga po na nabanggit ko kanina, kaya po tayo may Tuesdays and Thursdays sched ay para po sa follow-up lessons na tinatawag nating asynchronous classes that do not need full internet connection or full internet synchronous attendance.
Ayun. So, I'm sure naliwanagan ng mga magulang tungkol sa homeworks. Ang mga learning outputs po ba ay matcheckan?
Certainly, Mr. Lim. Karamihan po sa mga learning modules, teacher-made modules natin, o yung mga lesson or courseworks po na ibibigay sa inyong mga anak ay ibabahagi sa kanila through B-Smart School and LMS. Ang iba naman po ay sa pamamagitan ng Google Classroom. Ang mga assessments at rubrics ay bahagi na po ng bawat module or lesson. So pag ito po ay na-accomplish ng bata at sinubmit by clicking submit, maipapaabot po ito sa teacher through the system. Now, how it works, definitely, nakarely po ito sa ating B-Smart School. Okay? We will give you this chance to have a walkthrough of B-Smart. Panoorin po natin ito.
Good day, our dear parents. So today po ay magkakaroon tayo ng orientation and walkthrough kung paano po magagamit ng inyong mga anak ang V-Smart School sa darating na pasukan. V-Smart School is a teaching and learning platform for students and teachers so that your child may still continue learning even at home. Once na nag-login po si student sa kaniyang account with V-Smart School, they can take their everyday lessons created by the teacher, and aside from that, dito rin po nila iti-take ang kanilang assessments. And of course, they can also interact during the virtual classes conducted by their teacher. So perfect po ito para sa mga estudyante na may medyo mahina yung internet connectivity because the students can still take their lessons even beyond the prescribed time of their teacher. So what you are seeing in your screen right now is a sample po ng lesson na makikita ni student sa kanyang account. So with the lesson po, nandyan yung lesson description, objective, lesson outline, and the schedule po ng kanyang webinar na in-schedule ng kanyang teacher. Using V-Smart School also, our students may access their ebooks inside V-Smart. So yung mga libro po ng ating estudyante na magagamit po nila for the rest of the school year ay kay V-Smart School din po nila i-access. So we have this augmented reality feature of our textbooks na once na kinlik po ni student yung AR logo within the pages of their book ay mag-augment po automatically yung mga images. So these are 3D audiovisual images na ma-enjoy ng ating mga estudyante. So ngayon naman po, i-walk through ko po kayo sa ating V-Smart School platform wherein our students po will use their username and password to log in into their own accounts. So once nakapag-login na yung ating mga estudyante sa kanilang accounts, hahanapin lang po nila yung kanilang grade level. Pipili po sila ng subject kung ano po yung iti-take nila for that particular day and time. So once kinlik po nila yung subject, makikita po nila doon yung lesson description, lesson objective, lesson outline, and of course, yung schedule ng live streaming na sinet ng kanilang teacher. So to start the lesson of our students, they will just need to click on Start Lesson. So once nakapag-start po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, of course, ang makikita po nila sa loob ng lesson nila will be the lecture na kinreate ng ating mga teachers. And of course, they will also answer the assessments na nandoon po sa kanilang lesson. Aside from that, if ever po our teacher will require our students to pass their output or their final activity, so si student naman po, pwede po siyang mag-attach ng file na ipapasa po sa kanyang teacher. So habang nagtitake po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, pwede rin naman pong mag-conduct si teacher ng live streaming or video conference with the students. So saan po pupunta si student? Babalik lang po siya doon sa ating lesson preview. So we'll just need to click on the lesson preview. Then katulad po nung pinakita ko kanina, doon po makikita ni student yung webinar or live streaming schedule na inilagay ng kanilang teacher. So once kinlik po ito ng ating estudyante, automatic makikita po niya yung scheduled live streaming ni teacher. And yung button na makikita ng ating estudyante will be join button. Once na kinlik po ito ng ating student, yung join button, magli-lead po ito into another tab wherein makikita na po niya yung kanyang teachers and yung kanyang mga kaklase inside their virtual classroom. So sa bawat lesson din po ni student, may makikita po siyang send message. Doon po sa ating lesson preview na pag kinlik po yan ni student, pwede po siyang mag-message sa kanyang mga klase and sa kanyang teacher. So basically po, V-Smart School is a one-stop shop teaching and learning platform for our students and our teacher, wherein our students can take their lessons inside V-Smart School, they can take assessments, they can join the virtual classes of their teachers, and they can submit their output. So everything is there. So para po talaga siyang virtual classroom wherein hindi na po gagamit si teacher, and hindi na rin po mag-a-access si student ng ibang platform just to conduct or just to take their lesson. Kasi everything is in the Smart School na po. If you have any questions po with regard to the Smart School platform, you can always contact us naman po through our account executive or you can contact us through these hotlines din po.
I guess parents and guardians ang tatanungin natin ngayon. Will this serve as our virtual school? Technically, yes po. At maaaring sasabihin nyo, paano kami maka-access sa vSmart? Okay, just so you would know, parents, ang inyo pong mga anak ay may naka-pre-assigned na username so that they could log in to vSmart School and LMS at ito po ay pamimigay ng kanilang class advisors shortly before their opening. And ito po ay ibabahagi pati ang mga announcements at information about it through our post bulletins. We would also like to remind you parents that upon enrollment of your child, his or her name has already been assigned by the school his own school domain Gmail account. This is the only official email account that will be recognized by the school from our students. This is the same Gmail account na ginamit po para magbigyan po sila ng username sa kanilang vSmart School. Do remember, the same school domain account will be the email that they will be using to access other online platforms that they will use while they are studying, such as Zoom, Seesaw, and Google Classroom. I would also like to remind everybody, please parents and guardians, note that yung submissions po ng ating mga learning outputs, ang mga na-accomplish po nila, whether na modules or worksheets, whether online or offline, ay may deadline or cut-off din po. Sa kanilang mga schedules, sa mga class schedules po din, naka-indicate po ang mga oras nito. This is to ensure na ang ating mga learners ay matuturuan din po ng tamang time management at naiiwasan po ang pagtagal nila sa harap ng computer at ang kanilang lessons. For students with weak or unstable internet and with proper coordination with their class advisors, they may still send their accomplished outputs through emails naman po or screenshots of their accomplished work or outputs.
Gusto rin po namin ipagbigay alam sa inyo, parents, ang ilang mga online tools that will support the synchronous class activities of your children. Let's watch this video.
Good day, our dear parents. So today po ay magkakaroon tayo ng
So while we're having some technical difficulties, for playing the video. So, marami ng mga tanong yata ako nakita, Ma'am Richie, Miss Pelayo, and Miss Gonzalez. So, I'm sure mamaya after this talk, we will answer some of these questions para malinawan yung mga magulang natin sa ano ba dapat ang mga gamitin ng ating mga estudyante when it comes to online classes natin, synchronous and asynchronous classes. What are yung mga possible questions na nare-raise sila. So again, we encourage our parents to please kindly comment your questions to our YouTube live chat box as of now for those who are watching our live parent orientation program.
Hi Bernadicians! I'm Teacher Lawrence from Primary Department. I will show you the learning tools that we will use for school year 2020-2021. First, for online with internet access, we will use some electronic devices such as desktop or laptop computers and tablets or cell phones. For us to get access with our learning tools, especially to the apps that we will use, we need to have a Gmail account. You will use a Gmail account assigned to your name bearing the school's domain account. For example, so reminder Bernadicians, for kinder up to grade 6 students, Gmail account should be controlled by your parents or guardians. Next, for our online apps, we will use Seesaw for kindergarten up to grade 3. Google Classroom for grade 4 up to grade 12. And we also have Zoom, Kahoot, and FB Messenger. Lastly, for materials, students are encouraged to use recycled notebooks for taking down notes. Next, for clear communication and for the students to focus and avoid distractions in every synchronous class, headset must be used. Plus, students are required to wear their top school uniforms. That's all, Bernadicians. I hope this video could help you to prepare for our H learning class. See you!
Malinaw po na malaking bahaging ng new normal ng education ang role ng magulang. Tama, Mrs. Pelayo?
Yes, Mr. Lim, tama ka. Kahit nung wala pang COVID, kinikilala na ng St. Bernadette College of Alabang ang malaking bahagi ng edukasyon at yun na yung ating mga mahal na magulang. Now, more than ever, this partnership will once again be tested because the learning of our children will begin at home. Let me show some pictures and slide presentation. independence and self-motivation are required to be successful in an online program, parent involvement is generally a key indicator of a successful virtual school experience. Studies shows that there is positive connection between parent involvement and student success. Nais po namin ipabatid sa inyo, parents, na andito lang po kaming mga teachers every step of the way. We will handle the academic teaching duties, and you will be the learning supervisors who will assist your children while they learn at home.
That's correct, Mrs. Pelayo. Thank you. My dear parents, we highly suggest a couple of things for you to do to make this home learning effective. First, reiterate to your children that online learning is just as important as the traditional face-to-face learning. Paintindi po natin yan sa ating mga anak. Second, help our children establish routine for working on his daily task and virtual courses. Help them maintain a regular study schedule, and we have to monitor their daily or weekly learning outputs. Be supportive and be aware of their schedule. Follow the health breaks, which will let them recharge while studying at home. Ensure that there's no noise to lessen the distractions. That's why we require the headset para si teacher at si classmates lang ang kanyang naririnig. Especially with lower grade levels, keep in touch with the teachers for guidance on how to assist your children better in their lessons at home. Motivate them to be independent, and most importantly, impose discipline in your household. Ayan po, my dear parents, tips lang po para maging effective ang pag-aaral ng ating mga anak sa bahay.
Which reminds me, Mrs. De Guzman, thank you for those tips. I'm sure all our parents who are watching right now could really make use of them, especially in this unusual setup for their children to learn. Now, I would just like to also mention, parents, that this school year, we will be including a special type of a policy which we call our honesty policy. This will be incorporated in our student handbook, our official policies and guidelines handbook for students, which will come out in digital format this year. We recommend that you go over these policies. These are the inclusions now, which will definitely be something in line with the setup, the new normal setup. These are all, of course, something that will guide us together and on how we will be able to facilitate the learning while we make sure that we implement internet do's and don'ts, anti-plagiarism. We want to make sure that they are not just copying and pasting, data privacy, and making sure that they know what to do so that they will always be safe online. Yung po tinatawag nating online security measures.
Well said, Mrs. De Guzman and Mrs. Gonzalez. With all this in mind, I'm sure our parents can rise to the challenge of staying positive and cooperative with the school in this new normal of learning, the St. Bernadette College of Alabang way. Again, we would like to remind all the parents that St. Bernadette College of Alabang Basic Education Department shall release digital students handbook this school year. Your acknowledgement response via internet shall already mean your contract review and agreement to our new normal school policies. The school shall be sending these digital handbooks and reminders through your email. But before we entertain questions, we were glad and privileged that our school president will be with us today. Let's give him a warm of applause to Dr. Felicitas C. Rabonza.
Hi, kumusta po kayo? Ang tanda lang natin, let's keep ourselves healthy. Sana, let's think big. Kaya-kaya ng mga anak niyo, matatalino naman sila lahat eh. Kanya naobserbahan ko itong pag-aaral ngayon, eh parang nakapokus na talaga sila sa pag-aaral. Kanya, nasa inyong parents ang pagsubaybay sa kanila. Kanya alagaan nyo rin ang sarili nyo. Keep yourself healthy, wealthy, and busy with your child. Thank you very much sa pagpunta nyo sa St. Bernadette. At alam ko na lalong matututo yung mga anak nyo dahil magagaling ang administrators at mga teachers natin. Thank you very much and welcome to our school year 2020 to 2021. God bless all of us at huwag kayong lalabas, alagaan yung sarili nyo para maalagaan natin ang ating mga anak na mabuti. Thank you very much. Thank you. And God bless all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Salamat po, Mrs. Rabonza. Okay, at this point, we only have a short time left to entertain a couple of questions. Our parent attendees were asked to give in questions to the panel over live chat box of our YouTube channel. So actually, administrators, we have some questions as of now. So let's check. Question coming from Ms. Malu Cordero. I'm just wondering why Strand wasn't mentioned po. So, administrators, yeah, I think this is
Go ahead, Mr. Lim.
For the senior high school strands, the HUMS or Humanities and Social Sciences is still available for this school year 2020-2021. Aside from teachers, aside from the HUMS parents, we also have different academic tracks like general academic strand, accounting, business, and management. And we also have our arts and designs major in music. And we also have our technical, vocational, and livelihood track major in cookery. So yeah, it's still available. Actually, one of our speakers for today is the advisor of grade 11 Hume Happiness, other than our guidance counselor, Mrs.
Don't worry. No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Cordero, we shout out to you. Definitely, all the strands are still intact. No, you don't have to worry. We still have all those that we are offering for all the strands in the senior high. We still have ABM. The ones that we showed you earlier, our schedule, we only came up with so that we will not take up so much time. We only showed just snippets of the sample schedule. So don't worry, we already have schedules for ABM. We also have schedule for HUMS, all the way up to grade 12. The same strands then. We still have tech book and as well as music and arts and design.
Thank you.
Correct, Sir Lim? Sir Lim, that's your department. So you really have to remind all the parents.
Definitely,
we have a lot of enrollees this year for senior high.
And don't worry, Mrs. Cordero. Your daughter is in good hands. Wow. Yes, forever happiness. Hume's happiness.
Okay. Ma'am, another question for Ms. Cordero. This is like a very interesting question because this question applies to all our students, in particular with our incoming grade 11, are transferring from different schools from grade 7 up. The question is, Mexico wants to enroll in that strand po kasi. Also, they will be required to wear the school uniform.
Basically,
Okay,
yes,
let me
ma'am.
answer that question po.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, with regards po sa uniform, okay po, since we have new senior high school grade 11 coming from different schools, they are not obliged to wear the official uniform kasi hindi pa naman available yan para bilhin natin sa school. But instead, they are required to wear a white polo shirt with collar, both for male and female. Or kaya sa female naman, white blouse with collar. Basta po, wag naman pong mag-a-appear sa online classes sa mga anak natin. Even from elementary to high school na nakapambahay or let's say nakapantulog, let us make sure na yung anak po natin was na humarap po sa camera or during their online class is presentable and very refreshing. Kasi ganun din naman po ang ating mga teachers. Hindi naman po haharap sa mga estudyante natin na hindi maayos ang kanilang itsura. So, para at least ma-feel din po ng mga bata natin, ng mga estudyante natin, na kahit na nasa bahay sila, still yung environment nila is nasa school pa rin po. Nasa loob ng classroom.
And to add to that, Ma'am Beng, no, I always remember what our bosses, no, si Dr. Rabonsa, sila Mr. Rabonsa, they will always tell us that we dress for success in any way that we can. So basically, Ms. Cordero, we aspire to also like inculcate, no, to our students, no, the way that they would instill that in their commitment to study. It's not that to really like tell them that anything that can be used, no. For the school, we would like to still request all the continuing students to wear the top part of their school uniform. But in cases of transferees or new students, in the case po of Michiko kasi po, as an incoming grade 11, she's considered as a new student, no? Because we have a different set of uniforms. So in that case, the rule applies to her that she will not be she's okay with plain white shirt, a collared plain white shirt, okay, to go with it. So the rule about the directive about using our top school uniform applies to the continuing ones. Thank you.
So much, ma'am. Actually, we have like, I think, two more or one more question. So, how does class dry run work? Where will my child meet the advisor?
Okay, so that's basically one good question, Sir Lim. I don't know if we have the slide po with us. We would just like to announce. I'm sure all the parents are eager to find out what's going to happen with the dry run, and we already announced it over Facebook page that we are definitely going to have our official opening of classes, online classes, this coming September 3. Sorry, September 2, right? Ayan na po. So what you see on the slide, so September 2 po will be the opening, opening of classes. But then again, for the stretch of September 2 to 4, okay, expect po that this is going to be like more of an online class orientation dry run. So we will be observing the time that you see on the screen, shortened period po. And technically, what to expect during the dry run? Well, definitely, just like the weeks or the days that we conduct our school opening, wherein we orient our students with school policies, our non-negotiable philosophy, vision, and mission, core values, etc. Even their classworks, no? And all the guidelines that we have highlighted today will also be shared with them. However, this year, yung dry run po is particularly allotted po. So a time for those, for this opening week will be for them to be given a walkthrough or a chance for them to explore the online platforms that they will use. So namely, They will be oriented on how to use the vSmart. They will also be instructed on how to use Google Classrooms, Zoom, or even Gmeet. So I'm sure that the students will really need all these stuff in preparation for our official opening academic week, which is the Monday the following, okay, on September 7. So September 7, we will be observing the academic regular class schedule already. Okay po? So don't worry po if you were not able to see the schedule of this dry run and class orientation for next week. You rest assured you will be able to find them or see them over our FB page of the official FB page of St. Bernadette College of Alabang. I hope I answered the question, Sir Lim.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Gonzalez. So we will go with our last questions. I think this will be like the last question that we're going to entertain for this afternoon since we're running out of time, and we don't want also our parents to to overstay in their screens. So for the last question will be like, how do we know our school email account? I think our administrators, they're pertaining like to their SBCA domain account. So how they can get it po?
Yeah. You want me to answer it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead po.
Okay. So for the students' Gmail or sbca.edu email account, that will be emailed to your given email addresses in the online enrollment form. So you gave one email address of a parent, and then another email address of the student. So our IT support, led by Mr. Romuald Rabanza, he will email to you the SBC email account. All right. And then for the vSmart username and password, your class advisor will be the one to disseminate that information during the dry run.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
let
so
me
much.
just, Sir Lim, let me just emphasize what Ms. Richie said. So the first thing that the parents will expect to receive in their email is the assigned Gmail account, the sbca.edu account assigned to their children. So the username to be used so that they could log in the vSmart school and LMS will be given or will be emailed to them by their advisor. Okay, this coming week already. So shortly before our class orientation and dry run week. I hope I made that clear.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Yes, go ahead.
Pahabol. So my dear parents, kung ang inyong naibigay na email sa online enrollment form ay mali, kailangan po namin malaman ang inyong tamang email address. You can email it at admissions@sbca.edu.ph. Again, admissions@sbca.edu.ph. Please email your correct email address. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Gonzalez and Mrs. De Guzman. So I think that will wrap up our question and answer portion for this afternoon. So maraming salamat po sa inyong mga parents, sa inyong mga katanungan. Para po sa iba pa pong mga tanong na hindi na po namin nasagot, dahil sa mixing oras, sasagutin po namin ito through email or maaari po kayong tumawag sa ating admission office o mag-email po sa ating school email addresses. So, bago po tayo magwakas, perhaps we could ask our school administrators for some parting messages.
Okay, to start.
Let's start with Mrs. Palay.
So, kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa inyong mga magulang sa walang sawang pagsuporta at kooperasyon. At syempre sa pakikipagtulungan para sa ikaayos at ikabubuti ng inyong mga anak, lalong-lalo na patungkol sa kanilang edukasyon at sa tinatak nilang magandang kinabukasan. Rest assured, and despite of this pandemic and the new normal of education, SBCA family is always here to sustain and maintain quality of education with good character formation. So muli, maraming salamat po.
Mrs. Gonzalez?
Mga mahal naming magulang, mulit-muli kami nagpapasalamat sa inyong laging pag-unawa at pagbigay ng commitment. Hindi lamang po sa aming mga guro, hindi lang po sa eskwelahan, lalo higit pa po, maraming salamat sa hindi nyo pagbitaw sa paniniwala na ang mga bata ay dapat tuloy-tuloy na magtuto, mag-aral. May pandemya man po o wala, ang St. Bernadette ay lagi naman pong nandito para samahan kayo at i-meet lahat ang mga kakailanganin para magawa ito, para rin po sa ikagaganda at ikaka-realize ng mga pangarap natin para sa kanila. Okay? And on that note, ako po bilang baguhang punong guro, nagpapasalamat ng buong puso. Okay? You made the right choice of sticking with us, of giving your trust and continuing the education of your children to St. Bernadette College of Alabang. God bless you all and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez. Our VPAA, Mrs. De Guzman.
Hi, once again. My dear parents and guardians, we are here as your partner in your child's holistic development. We are one with you in this journey, kaya't mabuhay po tayo and Godspeed. Now, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to email us. I'll give you the school main email address, admin@sbca.edu.ph. Again, admin@sbca.edu.ph. So you may share to us your concerns. Thank you very much. Again, maraming salamat sa inyong oras at ingat po tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Mrs. De Guzman. And on that note, we would like to thank all of our parents for joining us in this Basic Education Department parent orientation via Zoom. We also like to thank Engineer Luis De Guzman for helping us with the technical and make this live parent orientation on YouTube live possible. May this be our affirmation of staying positive in the learning continuity of our children. We here at St. Bernadette College of Alabang are truly grateful of your trust and your usual cooperation. Maraming salamat po. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless. We end this program with our St. Bernadette College of Alabang hymn.